Hi, I'm still not Corey, and I'm also still hated by the right people, I guess. So a little while ago, I stumbled upon some memes about me over on iFunny, and oh boy, are the comments interesting. And by interesting, I mean absolutely horrific. They are very funny, but oh my god, they're so bad. But before we start the video, get down to the comments and answer this question. Do you have any piercings? Sounds irrelevant, but trust me, it's not. Also, why don't you go ahead and check out my Patreon. It's what lets me make these videos for you. You can get a whole bunch of cool stuff if you join. You can get shout outs, bonus videos, and early videos. Next week's video is already up there on Patreon, so go sign up and watch it right after this. And why not check out my merch? We've got stupid baby t-shirts and a whole bunch of gay stuff if that's your style. So I think that's about everything. Why don't we start the video? So this first one is a screenshot of one of my Snapchat thumbnails. Go ahead and follow me on there, by the way. Anyway, the title is Jordan Peterson Needs to Stop. And the person that made this meme responded saying, who would you rather have as a mentor and positive masculine role model? Jordan Peterson or this fruity Gen Z with a nose piercing? Let me know down in the comments, who would you rather have as a mentor and a positive role model? Who? Which one? Would you choose the guy who consistently decides to misgender Elliot Page to protect children, who only ate meat until it made him ill, who, I don't know, went off the deep end when he got banned from Twitter, who's been criticized for kind of funneling young men into a bit of a fascist pipeline? Would you choose that guy? Or me, who makes videos on the internet and has a fun science podcast that you should check out? Which one would you choose? Look, I'm not perfect and I'm the tiniest little bit biased, but I do think that I might make a slightly better role model than Jordan Peterson. We don't care about who I choose. Why don't we go down to the comments and see what these people have to say? White Christmas Confederate. Jesus Christ. That's the first time I've read that name. White Christmas Confederate says, Jordan Peterson is kind of a beta, so I've heard. But his political views aren't totally leftist, so I guess I can support him. Jordan Peterson's a beta, but he's not a leftist. I'd love to just view the world that this man is living in, and I've assumed it's a man, and to be honest, I think we can all agree I've probably assumed correctly. White Christmas Confederate, if you're not a man, get down in the comments and please do let me know. I'm very sorry for misgendering you. Oh my god. Like, I'm actually curious though. I wonder if this person would actually be able to describe what issues they have with leftism. I'm genuinely not sure that they'd accurately be able to describe these things that they purportedly dislike. And I'm just speaking from experience after having interacted with so many people like this in my comment section. Surprisingly, quite a lot of the people that vehemently disagree with me don't really know what they're talking about. That's not to say I know everything, of course, but I do try to only talk about things that I have a decent level of knowledge on, and I'm always open to being wrong. If you tell me that I'm wrong, and you've got some solid evidence to support it, good, great, I can update my worldview, fantastic. I just kind of feel that a lot of people in my comment sections that disagree with me genuinely aren't open to changing their mind. I remember having a conversation with someone about 2 years ago, going through it again and again, being like, okay, well, you're wrong about this, here's the evidence. Okay, well, what about this? Here's the evidence. And at the end, they were like, yeah, you know, I understand what you're saying, and, you know, yeah, you have technically, you know, proven what I initially said wrong, and, you know, yeah, no, I can't actually stand with the points that I stood with before because of the evidence that you've given me, but also I still disagree. Like, that was it. That was genuine. It's still there, sitting in my comment section. It's on the Ariel video. You can go and check it out. I had a full conversation with someone that lasted hours, and it basically ended with them saying, yeah, you know, I can't really argue with anything you said, but I'm still gonna disagree because I like this person and I want to disagree. Like, insane. Insane behavior. The next person says, I would rather have a vasectomy, and I have one message to you. Get one. You'll make the world a better place. No, I'm joking. Eugenics is bad. It's always bad, even for Jordan Peterson fans. A Dog the Confessor says, bro, look at the people young men look up to. Our civilization gonna collapse for show. Faux show. Look, this is something that people who occupy that sort of far-right, alt-right part of the political spectrum, this is something that they say quite often. Essentially, what they're saying is that degeneracy is gonna cause the collapse of civilization. Having a man who likes to cross swords with another man is enough to take down the entire Western world, according to these people. Like, I understand that you're homophobic. I get that you hate the queers, but might I just remind you that it is possible to dislike something without linking it to the collapse of society? Because, look, I'm gonna give you some advice here. You're making yourself look silly. No one's gonna look at that and think, yes, the gays and the transgenders are absolutely going to cause societal collapse unless they have brain rot. That is the only way that someone will actually agree with you. And by brain rot, I mean falling down that alt-right pipeline, because all it does is rot your brain away, man. It is funny though, because there seems to be an overlap between the people that say gays are going to destroy civilization and also the people that say, I'm not homophobic, I'm not scared of gays. That's like, there was some overlap on that Venn diagram there, and yet, I'm not scared of gays, but they are going to destroy the world. It's so funny to me. It is so funny. Although, to be honest, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. There is the tiniest little kernel of truth underneath all of that bigotry and brain rot, right? Like, yes, queerness does affect and change society. It does tear down some of these values and expectations that are present in our society. But it's things like heteronormativity, cisnormativity, and even toxic masculinity, all of the itchies, basically. It's all of those things that queerness kind of tears down. And that's not a bad thing. And maybe it's scary to them because they have some attachment or feel some affinity to those concepts, but ultimately, they're harmful to people. We are genuinely better off without having these gendered expectations or expecting people to be straight. It is so much better to allow people to do what they want to do and be who they want to be without forcing a set of expectations on them that are based on the genitals that they were born with. You know what? Yeah, LGBT people are going to destroy Western civilization, but only the parts that need to be destroyed. In the same sense that feminism to some degree destroys parts of society, but they are harmful parts, they're oppressive parts that should be destroyed. But these people catastrophize that into saying they're going to tear down civilization as we know it. The world is going to end because the queers are getting rights. No, we're just making society better for everyone. You can still live your little heterosexual life with your little heterosexual wife and have as many kids as you want. You can do whatever you want. But now so can we. That is the point. No one is taking things from you. We're just giving the same to everyone else. Speaking of brain rot, Whiskey Mutineer says brown. Very astute, my skin is brown. The reason being that I have one parent who is a Caucasian, a white, and another parent who is black. You mix them together, you have me. Well done for noticing. A star. And piggybacking off the last one, Vampire says that brownoid is really gross looking. I'm gonna be honest, I learned a bunch of new slurs. Brownoid apparently is something that people are being called. Good to know. I'm not really brown though, right? Like racially speaking, you could describe me as black. Describing me as brown is just inaccurate. Because like, yes, my skin is a brown color, but it's not really how it works though, is it? And here it is, the finale, the pinnacle, the peak, the absolute best of the best, the cream of the crop of these comments on this Jordan Peterson meme. Stanky Nut has said, literally poop skin, like from a butt. I cannot describe to you how much I have laughed at this comment over the past couple of weeks. I sent it to so many people I know. This is a conversation between me and my manager. I genuinely love this comment. Thank you so much, Stanky Nut. Literally poop skin like from a butt. It's so perfect. Literally poop skin is a little bit basic, but that like from a butt, it elevates it. As well, it is supposed to be an insult, and it is racist, but it's so childishly racist that you could imagine a 6-year-old saying it. Poop skin. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I genuinely did not think that racism could ever be this fun to experience. So this is a screenshot of a video where I said that Steven Crowder is kinda racist. Undersold that one a little bit, I know. Anyway, the caption says, I am very racist. Thank you. Why don't we look at the comments and see if they're racist too? You'll be surprised. They are. So the first one says, that mulatto face pasted over Crowder with that Zoomer lib caption gives me an aneurysm. Mwah. I find it funny that these people are so willing to admit how much I get under their skin just for existing. This is just a picture of me on top of Steven Crowder, and this person's like, oh, he's fuming, he's raging, I have an aneurysm. Like, chill out, buddy. It's fine. If you don't like me, if you don't like what I do, you could just not watch. There you go. That's it. Problem solved, right? Just don't watch. But nah, instead these people decide to just spew slurs on a corner of the internet. Seems like a waste of time to me, to be honest. The next one says, Snapchat stories be like, stop white supremacist, bitch. I am one. I wouldn't admit that if I were you. Again, I'm quite comfortable and happy to be annoying the people that I'm annoying. Because if I'm pissing off racists, I feel like I'm probably doing at least something right. Meme Big Dick says, light skin with a shitty perm and nose ring. Ew. Okay, let's go through this one because it bothered me. This one really got under my skin, and let me explain why. You said light skin. You recognize that I'm black with light skin. Good. You got that right. With a shitty perm, I've never had my hair permed because I'm a f***ing light skin. I'm black. This is curled naturally. I don't do anything to it. It just does this. I've not got a perm. Insult my hair all you want, but have some internal consistency, please. What black person, light skin or not, is getting their hair permed to such loose curls? Think. Fucking think. But moving past the very insulting comment about my apparent perm, the nose ring is something that these people really hate. Like, they really, really hate the nose ring. So many people comment are like, oh, don't listen to you got a nose ring. Guys, it's just a piercing. It's just a piercing through my septum. I can actually flip it up and you can't even see that it's there. It's just a little piercing through my nose. It's like this one here. It's like a piercing through my ear, except it's through my nose. Stop being so wound up about it. It's chill. You don't need to get one. I'll keep on wearing mine. I'm not gonna be walking around with a needle jamming it through people's septum so they have them pierced too. Don't worry, that's not gonna happen. All you need to do is be a big boy and remember that other people doing what they want to their bodies doesn't need to affect you. Yeah? Seriously though, it's very funny to me that these people use my nose ring to try and insult me as though I didn't pay to have it done. I like it. I don't care about your opinion. You saying that my nose ring is disgusting or looks like a fool or whatever it is, okay, that's fine. Just don't get one. People can say whatever they want about my appearance, but I genuinely do like the way I look, so it doesn't bother me at all. Also, just a hot tip, if you're going to try and insult someone's appearance, maybe don't insult something that they've actively chosen to wear, because it means they like that thing. Maybe insult something that they can't control. I've said it in other videos, but the insults that these people levy really tell you a lot about them. They very much don't like nose rings, I guess because they see them as being deviant. They're different. They're very obviously different. And they just don't like that. So when they try to insult you, they probably think, oh, what will hurt their feelings? And then they say what they think will hurt your feelings, but really all they're basing it on is what would hurt them. Clearly they care about what other people think. They care about what strangers think about their appearance. Otherwise they wouldn't even bother to try to insult you with it. The last commenter says, da mulatto perm. And I feel like I've spoken about the perm or lack thereof enough. So let's talk a little bit about the word mulatto. That's a slur, I think. And it's a very soft slur. I feel like if you're saying that, you're not saying it with your whole chest. So I genuinely think less of the people that use it, more so than I think less of the people that use other slurs. You know what I mean? I don't know, it just feels lazy to me, like you're half-assing it. Just try harder. Go the whole hog. Use an N-word. Hard R or something. This mulatto business, it's boring. It's a boring slur to be called. And I'm only saying this with the knowledge of all of the other slurs have been called in the other memes comment sections, because they're interesting. They really worked on those. If you want to see them, let me know down in the comments. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Why don't you go ahead and check out my Patreon. The patrons' names are going past there. You can join their lovely ranks. You could also get your name shouted out at the end of a video, like I'm about to do right now with these patrons. Let me just pop on my glasses. So thank you to Prince of Horror. Thank you to Adam Black. Thank you to Mole. Thank you to Christopher A. Butler. Thank you to Ataraxia25. Thank you to Utterly Casey. Thank you to Donito. And thank you to Brad the Music Duck. I think that is all from me now. Goodbye!